Guys, MCU Collector here with another review video. This one with the Marvel Select Thanos Disney Store exclusive. So this bad boy is showing up in Disney stores now. I think it was just announced not long ago, actually. Pictures popped up of someone finding out in the UK. And then there was rumors that it's a Disney Parks exclusive only. Whatever it is, but it is a Disney Store exclusive. So yes, you may find them at the Disney Parks, but it will not be sold exclusively at the parks. It is at the Disney stores. They just got it in today at my local store. They've been popping up in a few different areas over the last few days. So I picked up Thanos while I was there. I had picked up this Disney Store exclusive that I didn't even know existed, but it's the unmasked Spider-Man with the Peter Parker head sculpt. So pretty interesting. So I have a hunt video that'll be going up probably tomorrow, maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow. Which I kind of show those off at the end of the video. But here's the Thanos. We'll take a look at the figure, kind of review it. This is be the second Marvel Select figure that I've ever reviewed. The first one was actually the original release, Homecoming Spider-Man. So it'll be interesting. But taking a look at the package, you see here, Thanos Special Collector's Edition action figure. You got the Disney logo because it is a Disney Store exclusive. Here's a sticker application with the Thanos, I guess, logo. This particular sticker wasn't put on very well. It's all creased up. Wasn't put on straight, but no big deal. But typical Marvel Select packaging. Huge plastic box. I don't know why they're so big. They don't need to be because the figure barely takes up the whole entire spacing of the package. So why it's that way, I don't know. But here it is. So we take a look at the back. All you see is a bunch of information about Marvel Select. You see Thanos. There's some artwork of Thanos there, and you have a look at the figure. So pretty cool. Side artwork just looks like that. No big deal. But let's open it up and take a look at the figure. See how it compares to the old Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure and then the Walmart exclusive Thanos. So let's take a look. Here is Thanos out of the package. This figure is pretty awesome, actually. I've never really been a big fan of Marvel Select because the scale throws it all off because they are a 7-inch scale, so they don't scale well with Legends. And then the articulation is kind of off. I'm just never really been a big fan overall, but this one's actually a really good figure that I really like. So before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the additional head sculpt that he comes with. It is an unhelmeted head sculpt, which I think I've seen some people joke about it being the meth head Thanos because of the way his teeth look in it. The detail is really cool. The paint apps are really good. There's nice kind of weathering in there to really give it some detail and really help get it to stand out. Now it's looking a little bit more darker purple, in the video, but actually having it in hand, it's a little bit more pinkish. But it does look really good. I like it, and I'll pop off the head a little bit later as we take a look. But here is the figure looking real good. You can see that for a Marvel Select figure, he is pretty darn small. When you think Marvel Select, you think really large, but not this particular figure. He is, I don't know, a few millimeters taller than the Marvel Legends, which a lot of people complain that the Marvel Legends figure is too short, even though I guess he scales accurately to how tall he is in the comics. But these figures scale are almost the same height. This one has kind of a more natural body look to it than I would say this one, because the Legends kind of a boxy look to it. And then the skin tone is actually closer to the old Build-A-Figure in color, a little bit more purple. So it's kind of a nice mix between the two, which is really cool. So you can take a closer look at the one that actually comes already on the Thanos body in the package. So a lot of good paint detail on this as well. He's got red eyes there, and then you can see kind of that armored look to it, which looks really good. Now all throughout this figure you get nice weathering, which is really cool, especially when you look at like the Infinity Gauntlet. Look at the weathering on this thing. Comes out looking really good. Really like the way that looks. So all throughout the brass you get this dark wash all over it. Really good. Nice weathering detail and stuff in the armor here. Now this armor is all hard plastic, but the paint apps and details look really, really good. Diamond Select Toys, this, in my opinion, this could be one of their best. Now, for someone that doesn't collect, what do I know? So you guys let me know in the comments below. All of you guys that have, you know, Marvel Select figures that collect them, let me know what the best one in your guys' opinion is, because I really couldn't tell. But from the very few that I've kind of toyed around with and seen, this one's got to be way up there. I like it more than the Spider-Man Homecoming figure, that's for sure. But he looks really good. So we'll take a look at the articulation, in which Marvel Select has not really ever had too much articulation, but it actually seems pretty decent. So single jointed elbow there, actually gets a full 90 degrees, which is not bad. Looks like this gauntlet piece on the left arm is just kind of a loose piece that's over the regular arm, but you do get an upper bicep swivel up there, the single jointed elbow, which gives you the 90 degrees, which is not bad. Coming back to the head, left to right, and actually just kind of pops off really easily. You can see the ball joint there kind of switch, so might as well switch the head. Kind of see, fits on there just nice. Yeah, I don't really like the way that looks, actually. I'd much prefer to keep this head on there, but for the rest of the video, we'll keep that one on there. So that the way the ball works is you can't really finesse it to get Thanos to look up or down, really. So he just kind of goes there, but he just swivels kind of side to side. There's a little bit of pivot in there, so that's, at least there's something there. Now the arm goes out only that far. You're not going to really get it up. You can't get a full rotation because of that shoulder armor piece. Now this is a hard plastic, a little bit of flexibility to it, but not much. You can see it's hardly doing anything. It's hardly moving there, so that's going to hinder it, but it does go straight out, so not bad there. Same with the left arm. Now there's no torso, no ab crunch in the torso, no waist swivel, but you get the diaphragm joint that allows for different motion this way. So instead of turning the waist, you turn the diaphragm, which in some cases can give it a little bit more of a natural look, usually when combined with the waist swivel. But since there's no waist swivel on this guy, you can't really do that. But the diaphragm joint, I think, is very effective. Doesn't go up or back very far. Doesn't really go front very much either, but that side-to-side motion is definitely good. Gotta kind of break these joints in. And can't get a lot of motion there. Now, again, this armor piece, the same pliability as the shoulder armor, so it's going to hinder the articulation on the legs a little bit. So this is the T crotch or whatever it's called type of articulation. So the legs only go out so far. You do get upper thigh cut there. We actually have a double jointed knee, so that's actually pretty good motion on the knee. Not bad. There's no boot cut or anything like that, but the ankle does go down, goes up ever so slightly, and look at that ankle pivot on a Marvel Select figure. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know how many Marvel Select figures actually have that, so you guys let me know in the comments below. But not bad as far as the articulations. Better than I would have thought. Even without the waist swivel, I think it does. You can get it into some decent poses. Nothing too dynamic, but looks good. But going back and showing it up close to that Infinity Gauntlet. Look at that. Now, of course, the movie will have the Infinity Stones in different places. Of course, in the Infinity Stones, the colors are different from that as in the comics. So cool, the gauntlet piece actually can move around too, depending on how you're gonna have the hand. One thing I forgot to show is the wrist does have a hinge, so you can get it hinged there, and they actually looks like they may have missed a little bit of paint on that hinge there. But when it's not moving, it does look pretty good. And on this hand, as you move it again, you can kind of see it looks like it is missing the paint on that hinge, so it didn't go and paint throughout. But pretty good looking figure. I like it. $24.95 at the Disney store. I think it's definitely worth it for what you're getting. I really like that this figure will scale well with Marvel Legends. That was one of my biggest complaints with Marvel Select. But this one holds up really well. So awesome looking figure. I do recommend it. If you're a fan of Thanos, I highly recommend it. If you like Marvel Select figures already, you're gonna love this one. But there it is. Pretty awesome figure. Thanks for watching, guys. Any comments, leave down below. Any questions, leave down below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks.